felt it in my spirit. Then we had a whip testimony service, and then we went back here and we played
Bingo.
Jesus Saves. It's not bingo. It's like bingo, but it's Jesus Saves.
Jesus saves.
You guys don't know it, but God uses everything we do for His will. He's not here this morning, Brother John. He's actually needing some help. And there was a person in the church. They didn't get their money in the offering that night. You know, we take up offering. We didn't used to, but we take up offering at night for our building fund. And this family had missed that and missed giving offering. And so they were like, one of the young girls said, I just feel like we need to give it to him. And they gave it to him. And then he won the last blackout, which was another $10. Well, before service, he had told me he had a financial need.
Wow.
We sing hallelujah.
Amen.
Jesus is alive, guys. He's talking to this one, he's talking to this one, he's talking to this one, and he works it out. You think it's a coincidence that I pulled out certain numbers and he ended up getting the thing where we give him money? Nope. And then this family think it's a coincidence that they miss giving in the offering and they feel led of God to give it. Guys, get on the same page. Come on. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. The steps of a righteous man is what the scripture actually said. Are ordered of the Lord. Well, Wednesday night, before we got started that night, I was setting up those chairs and tables that are out there right now. And we got this dolly to set those chairs up. And I had 15 of them chairs on there, which is a pretty good load. And when I set them down, I always put my foot behind it to catch them. Well, this time here, I didn't put my foot up high enough, and it caught the top of my toe. It ripped about a third of my toenail up, and it turned my whole toenail in solid black now. And besides the end, it's bloody. And if anybody's ever done anything like that, this is what happened after that. My brain went to mush. I couldn't breathe. My stomach flipped over about 3 times. My wife is like, I walk in the kitchen because I can't no longer focus. I can't do nothing at that moment. I'm just like, and I'm over at the counter going, oh. She goes, what did you do? I stubbed my toe. You know, that sounds silly, stubbed my toe. At the moment, it was horrifying. I mean, to tell you the truth, there's some things, some little things. Have you ever done some of them little things? And they can be some of the worst moments. I've actually broke bones that didn't hurt as bad as stubbing that toe. And I've actually could focus. Now, they lasted a lot longer, but I got to be honest with you, there at that moment, for the first little, matter of fact, that whole night I limped around. I was like, yeah, everything's fine. But the whole night I was going, Now, this is not a way to start a message, but this is exactly the way to start the message. Because later on that night, it got a little better. Next day, it got a little better. Next day, it got a little better. I'll be honest with you, last night, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's kind of what I wore, my shoes I wore or something, but even at nighttime, even while I slept last night, it seemed like every time I moved, I bumped that toe wrong or something. It was just like, I had like a nervous twitch going on or something, and it just like, I'm awake, I'm asleep, I'm awake, I'm asleep, I'm awake. And it was all night long. My toe just bugged me. It came back. It hurt for a little bit. But tonight it probably won't. And I can guarantee you, Brother Weston, it is not going to last for my entire life. It will get better. It might fall off, but it will get better. I want to tell you something. The Lord spoke to my spirit. What has been is not always has. It doesn't always have to be. I can't tell you how many times, Brother Lee and I have had phone calls from people, and I tell them, you know, we had something horrific happen in our community here recently. I can't tell you what it is. I'll just have to tell you it was horrific. And to be honest with you, sooner or later it probably will come out. When it comes out, then I'll let you know that I knew. But something horrific happened in this community. And it happened with a young man. And even though he was at fault and he was guilty, he felt like his life was over. He wanted to take his life. And I said, son, you're young. You're young. I've ruined my life. I've ruined my reputation. I've ruined my this. I said, stop. It is not forever. With Christ's help, we can overcome. I am more. The scripture says we are more than overcomers. Do we make mistakes, Sister Sonia? I asked my class this morning. I won't get into the details. I got to teach the younger class this morning, and I asked them, I said, our lesson was over the golden rule. Which I got to tell you, it's hard not to want to preach that tonight. But I asked them some questions. I said, have you never done this? Never. And Shane says, I never get in trouble. It's like, Shane. I told those kids, I said, you might want to scoot away from him. In case the Lord strikes him. You know, I don't know. Maybe a little nervous to be in the room with him. Of course, he grinned from ear to ear as he said it. Really, I'm never trouble. I'm never a mess. He is a boy. We were born to be messes. We are something that needs to be straightened out from the day we get born. Amen. Amen. I want to tell you something. What has been is not what's always going to be. I'd like to read you some scriptures, if I could, in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4. I want to tell you something. All the way through the book, I didn't say a book, I said the book. The Holy Word of God. All the way from the beginning to the end of the Bible, young people. Shh. Carrie, get a hold of him.
Yes, Carrie.
He's on your leash. All the way from the beginning of the book to the end of the book, you're going to find out. I like the way, as a matter of fact, I like the way that the New Testament puts it. You will have trouble. And you're going to find out that some of it, you look at Job. Job didn't do anything wrong. As a matter of fact, Brother Liam, you know what's sad about Job? Job was actually the only one doing it all right. Did you hear me? Job was actually the one doing it right. Brother Sean, he was the good guy. He was the one going to church like he was supposed to. He was praying. He was giving. He was taking his family to church. He was doing everything that God asked him to do. And when the devil was looking to cause trouble, he said, have you considered? God said, have you considered my servant Job? Poor old Job. Thank God for Job. How many of you Christians ever look at Job and say, I can do it? I can make it. If Job can do it, I can get through it. For those that don't know the story of Job, all of his children were taken and killed. All of his children were killed. A good man of God. And every one of his children were taken and killed. All of his cattle, all of his goats and sheep and camels and everything else he had, destroyed. His wife, his helpmate. Look at the Word of God. It says, they're our helpmate. His wife turned on him and said, curse God and die, Job. Just get it over with. You know he's against you. You can tell that. Because everything in the world's gone wrong. His good friends, you know, Brother Kyle, those ones who are supposed to come up and go, hey, buddy, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. Man, you got to be doing something wrong. You're just awful, Job. Job had to say, just shut up. I don't need to hear from you guys. Job went as far, you've heard the saying, though he slay me, yet will I serve him. Hey, I'm serving him until I die, Job said. Job was doing everything right, and still things happened. David, exact opposite. David had everything going his way, and David messed up. He murdered a man, sent him to the front line, caused him to die because he had cheated with his wife. The wife of the man, he got pregnant by David, and he's king. David brought his hardship on himself. He not only brought hardship on himself, he brought hardship on his family. and his country. And David actually did that twice on his country. One time he was told not to count his men, and he counted them anyways, and one of his head men said, David, you're not supposed to do that. I'm king, I can do what I want. Well, I think about 70,000 men died because of this. I got to count my men. Don't always work out. Why am I telling you this? Sometimes you just stub your toe. I was actually here doing God's will. I was here working for God. It was on my day. You know, I come in early. We're setting up tables. We're trying to get food ready. We're trying to get things ready. For, you know, we were feeding kids beforehand. I was doing everything right, brother. Man, I was serving God. And still, here it is. Got this old black toe. God, that ain't right. That ain't fair. But I got to tell you the truth, Sister Sonia, more than one occasion, I deserved a stub toe. Because I was out doing what I knew I wasn't supposed to do. Brother Peter. How many of y'all know the story of Peter? I told you they're all the way through the book, even in the New Testament. Brother Peter went out. He told Jesus, he said, I will, listen, everybody else is going to run, but I will never leave your side. Jesus said, hey, listen, every one of you guys are going to run. And Peter, you're going to go further. You're not just going to run away. You're going to deny me 3 times. 3 times you're going to tell people, I don't even. The last time Sister Jessica, he went as far as cursing. He cussed. Been walking with Jesus, sleeping with Jesus every day for 3.5 years. And he cussed and said, I've never met him. Don't even know who you're talking about. And Jesus said, you're going to do it. And when it happens, the rooster's going to crow 3 times. Or no, you're going to do it 3 times, and then the rooster's going to crow. And when that rooster crows, you're going to know I was telling the truth. And when it did, Peter went and wept bitterly. You know, a lot of us think that he went and repented, which I'd like to think he did. How many of y'all ever messed up? Amen. Really? God forgive those that did not raise their hand. We know everybody in here messed up.
Neon sign.
Everybody messes up. But sometimes we mess up. We'll even cry about messing up. Peter kind of got caught in his, but he went and cried about it. But he stayed there. You hear me? He stayed in the wrong place. Yes, he denied Christ, but he didn't run back to him. I know y'all thinking he did, but he didn't. He went back to what he used to know. He went back to fishing. Jesus comes by and he makes some fish and bread, and Peter does. It has gotten so bad, Sister Roma, I don't think we think about this, but it's so bad that Peter doesn't even recognize Jesus at first. Isn't that the way it goes sometimes? Amen. We mess up. We go back to the old life. We're sorry that we messed up. How many of y'all have been there? Amen. As a man, I get back to being the old me. I get upset with myself. I do a couple of these. I know better. Why did I do this? And sometimes if I don't watch it, I catch myself just going, well, I'm not fit for the tables. I'm not fit to serve God. Nobody ever felt that way? He has saved me time and time again. I pray through time and time again. And then I feel like, because I keep making mistakes, I'm not fit for the Master's table. Who am I to serve God when I'm the biggest screw-up in the kingdom? They need to put a clown hat on me because I'm the idiot. I thought I got better. I thought I was all that in the bag of potato chips. I've got a tie like that. I've got to wear that tie. Sister Susan finally got me that tie. We get to feeling like we're all that. And then we mess up. And I don't know about you guys, but when I mess up, Brother Kerry, it is hard for me to pull myself back to where God needs me to be. Peter was just like you guys. He felt like that black toe. He felt like that black toe was going to be on him forever. Jesus, I'm going to be labeled the guy that denies you for the rest of eternity. Guess what? He's right. Peter has been labeled the one that denied Christ for all eternity. I'm still reading about it. It's been 2,020 years. I still tell people about it. But Peter did something that some of us never do. And some of us need to do it this morning.
Man, help us.
We need to get over ourselves. We need to realize that toe ain't always going to be black. And that sin that we have committed, it isn't always going to be hanging over our head. If you have asked God to forgive you of that sin, then get on with your life. Get on to doing what God... We have been called to become His disciples and to make other people His disciples. But we can't if we can't get over the things of our past. The fact that you're going through, Sister Jessica, I don't see her right now. Sister Jessica, the fact that you don't got a job now doesn't mean you won't ever have a job. The fact that things get tight with our finances doesn't mean they'll always be tight. Amen?
Amen.
The fact that there ain't no groceries in the cupboard doesn't mean there'll always be no groceries in the cupboard.
Amen.
I know a church that feeds at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Come on.
You ain't going to go hungry? I know people that love you, that care about you. It is not over. And I ain't waiting for some fat lady to sing. I'm waiting for the trumpet to sound. Then it's over. Until then, we got hope. Can I tell you something? We live in a world that the enemy has made it so black and so dark and so broken that people think, I'm always going to be this way. How many of y'all know people like that? I'm always going to be a mess. I'm always going to be. I love it when I talked to Brother Kane the other day. I talked to Brother Kane, and he said, and he said it right off the bat. He said, I have them come all the time to think that they're bipolar, or they're schizophrenic, or they're this or that. He said, baloney. They need Christ, and they need Christ for real. God can heal anything. You've got to believe that. That's where this all comes in. You understand, don't you? Our hope comes in with our believing. This toe will get better. It might be better by tonight. It might take a month. But it will get better. Amen? Your life might not be right tonight, but it will get better. How many of y'all believe it? Amen. Can I tell you something? If you can't believe it, you probably ain't ever going to see it. If you can't believe it, you're probably never going to see it. I'm going to read these scriptures now, and I'm going to read all the way down to 18. And I want you to listen to all these scriptures, because I tell you what, I know that there's a few of them, but I want you to hear them. And I know it's time, but I want you to read these. The God of this age. Does anybody know who that is?
The enemy.
The enemy. Let's give him a name. Satan, the devil. The God of this age, that age and this age, has blinded the minds of unbelievers. Have y'all ever seen it? They think that things are right that are not right. They think that this is normal. We've had about 150 kids go to this church this last year. We had 105 on one night. And a bunch of those kids came from homes that the parents of those homes had no idea what was right. Some of the kids that are sitting here this morning live in homes that we can't, they couldn't even put it on TV. It'd be so twisted. People would say, there's no way. I know it for a fact because I've talked to these children. They are blind. They don't even see what the devil has destroyed in their homes. Sister Callista put it this way. She has an aunt that did not follow the rules, and that's why she's in prison today. She didn't follow the rules. We're talking about the golden rule and rules. Yeah, I know what they are. I have an aunt that didn't follow the rules. Why didn't she follow the rules? Because the God of this age has blinded the minds of unbelievers so that they cannot see the light of the gospel that displays the glory of Christ. Amen? Who is the image of God. For what we preach is not ourselves. Guys, if I was to preach about myself, I know I bring myself up, but all I bring myself up is for us to go, Christ is like this, and I am not. But He is helping me to become more like that. You understand what I'm saying? For what we preach is not ourselves, but Jesus Christ as Lord, and ourselves as your servants for Jesus' sake. Your servants. Get over yourself. What has been is not what's going to be. Get your mind on things that are bigger than you. Start thinking about what's outside of your life, outside of your family, outside of your household. Gary, you live in a town that's broken. You drive down streets that are broken. You go to jobs where people are broken. We go in restaurants where people are broken. Get over yourself. Get over your problems. Look what Jesus told Peter. Peter, do you love me? Well, Jesus, you know I do. Then quit fishing and go out there and feed my sheep. Peter, do you love me? Jesus, you know I do. Then quit fishing and go out there and feed my sheep. Jesus had to get a hold of Peter and say, listen, what has been, I know you denied me 3 times. But right here today, in the same book that I read about that, Brother Lynn, where I read that Peter denied Jesus 3 times, and all of eternity will know that Peter denied Jesus 3 times, I also read in the same book that 3 times Jesus said, that Peter told Jesus, I will feed your sheep. You know my heart. I love you, God, and I will feed your sheep. I read that too. Guys, when people look at your lives, what do they see? They see you out there going back to your old life. Think about it. Some of us need to. This is a good first of the year message. I didn't know that, but because God gave me the message. But this is a good way to start the year. Evaluate your life. Have you moved forward with God, or have you moved forward with your job, and with society, and with your friends, and with your fishing? Are you a better fisherman, or are you a better fisher of men? Are you a better hunter? Or are you better at hunting down people and changing them for Christ Jesus? Get over your stubbed toe, guys. I know that some of us are in spots that hurt. I know that some of us are in dark places and it seems like we'll never see light again. Guess what? It will shine again. Though there's weeping at night, joy comes in the morning. Look at what it says. For God who said, let light shine out of darkness. He's talking to us, guys. Let that light shine out of your darkness. Listen, I know that things go wrong in your families. I know things go wrong with your finances and everything else. But God says, listen, get over that. Let that light shine out of your darkness. May His light shine in our hearts to give us the light of the knowledge of God's glory displayed in the face of Christ. Guys, this ain't something we just keep inside of us. We haven't sung it in a while, and shame on us. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Why? Why is that important, Mark? Because the world does not see the light. They see the darkness. And they need the light. Amen? But we have this treasure in jars of clay. I wondered why God said that. And I'm trying to hurry here. But I want you to understand this message this morning. Because I feel like we're living in a time where this is the worst thing going on right now. People think that because their life is messed up right now, it's going to be staying messed up. I get so tired of that, Sister Siobhan. As a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ, having faith in my Lord, it cuts me to my marrow when people say, I'm always going to be this way. I'm always going to be a mess. I'm always going to be broken. I'm like, no, you are not. I was a mess. I did not have to stay a mess. My God delivered me.
Amen.
You know, just the other day, I thought about the time that the doctors told me I had that myasthenia gravis, and that I felt like my life was over. And I know what it feels like. Man, there ain't nothing worse to a big, strong guy who goes around stomping through the world like he's king of the world to be told you won't be able to get up, you won't have strength to get your clothes. And you're going to go blind. And you're going to this and you're that. And I was like, And the enemy came to me a couple times since then and said, I don't think you ever had it. And yes, the other day, the Lord brought to my remembrance, to tell you the truth, I had a problem. What caused them to think of this and to check me for this to begin with? I had one eye that had gotten real droopy. Like it just got where I couldn't open it anymore. I couldn't open my eyelid anymore. I'd have to do it with my own hands. And I couldn't figure out what was going on, but they were pretty sure it was neurological. Pretty sure you guys that have things wrong with your brains, my God is a healer of all things. And they were sure I had it, and I started taking this medicine. They said, well, you'll know if you got myasthenia gravis, because this medicine will either help or it won't do a thing. And about 2 days later, I started crying because it was helping. And I thought, oh my God. Oh my God. I told you I would preach. I'd become a minister again. And then I get this. What is going on here, Lord? Is this the way I leave this world? I've served you for 30 years, and now I'm going to die with myasthenia gravis. And the enemy tried to come to me, Sister Sonia, and say, well, maybe you didn't have it. And the Lord brought to my remembrance the fact that my eye would sit there and just droop all day long. And I would be like, what is going on with me? I was sick all the time. I had this eye doing this weird thing. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then they diagnosed me with this disease. And then I told the Lord, Brother Carey, that though you slay me, yet will I serve you. I did. I told the Lord, I will preach from a wheelchair, Lord, and I will preach, have somebody read the word for me if I have to. If I get blind and I cannot walk, I will still serve you, God. And to come that faithful day when I had to go back to the doctor. And they said, we cannot find it in you.
Amen.
And the enemy would like to weaken my God and say that he is not real. And God reminded me just 2 days ago, hey Kenny, you know that something was way wrong with you. You know that you had no energy, you had no strength. Your eye was doing this weird thing, and it was, I mean, everybody could see it. It was like, it was embarrassing because I could not, my eye was all, sideways. It was like doing weird. I know God delivered me, healed me.
Amen.
I did not stay in that place. Something else happens to me, that'll be fine. God has already taught me the lesson I needed to learn. If you are in the darkness right now and you don't understand, maybe some of us are like Peter and we got ourselves there because we've made some mistakes. Amen? Some of us, maybe we've been walking for God and doing everything we knew to do for the Lord, and still we struggle. Amen. What has been is not always going to be, guys. I'm going to read the rest of these real quick. I know it's past time. But we have this treasure in jars of clay. You know what? I wanted to bring this out. Jars of clay. Can I let you in on a secret the Lord showed me after that? I went and prayed at the same hospital that I had been in the bed a week before for some people that actually died. They died. And one of them was a good Christian woman, and I couldn't figure it out. I was like, God, why does this, you always hear this, why does bad things happen to good people? And I was like, God, and it broke me. Out in front of their, before I walked in the room, I said, God, why does this happen? And I could almost hear God almost chuckle about it. Kenny, this is not your home. This body was not meant to last. Quit holding on so tight. Quit holding on so tight. You're looking at things that are seen. I want you to look at things that are unseen. Get your mind on me. Get your mind on heaven. Go in those hospital rooms. Get their minds on heaven. Get them thinking about me. Not on this world. Even this world is temporary. Did you understand that? This world is temporary. You don't know it, but yeah, he says, I'm going to create